Okay, our next item is the opportunity for students to speak on business items.
Thank you, Madam President. We have no students for business items.
Okay. So recognition of the public comment provides an opportunity for our community to address the board. Each speaker has 4 minutes. The board will listen to comments from individuals who have filled out a blue form. To maintain order and respect throughout the evening, I ask everyone present to conduct themselves respectfully and to show consideration for those who are speaking. So the next would be opportunity for the public to speak on business items.
And so while we don't have any for business items, we do have 3 leftovers from the Board Policy Committee.
Thank you. Sandra Gonzalez.
Thank you. I always enjoy attending policy committee because I really feel like that is where change is made. And I want to commend you guys for being so thoughtful as you review these policies. One that was on the agenda tonight that you all did not get to was the parent observation in class. And I find that interesting. I wanted to hear the dialogue on that, and I'll have to attend the next upcoming policy to hear more about that. I do want to talk about when you were speaking on the materials and resource materials and whether or not that bled into library in this case or that case. And I'm very concerned about a lot of the books that are in our library. And I know I've been told in one of the meetings that we don't have pornography in our library. And I hope that's true. I don't think it is. I think there are enough mothers who have reached out to me with books that are in our library that are very provocative. And this is something that I think you guys need to get on. And I know you guys have tighter control over what the school purchases for our libraries, but I think it's very concerning that people can donate, organizations can donate things to our library that perhaps flies a little more under your radar, not the librarians potentially, but under your radar. And as a taxpayer in this community, I want to know that you guys have better eyes on what's going on in our libraries. Thank you.
Thank you. Kristi Harmon.
Good evening, guys. How are you doing?
Evening.
I am just setting out some books that are in our library. So, I've been coming up here for 6 years and always going back and forth about the pornography that's in the library. Always searching, but can't find it. So, I started following a pastor actually, and he had a lady on that does it for a living, and she said that a lot of these books are under titles that parents wouldn't even think of. Okay, and before I start this, if there's any children in here or watching, please tune out because a lot of it is it's pretty disturbing. So again, as we sit here tonight, we're talking about resource.
Can we hold the clock for a second? Is this young at the end here? Is this going to be okay for him?
No, I don't even think it's okay for half the adults. So no.
If he's attending, I guess. Good. Okay, resume. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I just wanted to make sure.
It's fine.
He did raise his hand.
That's okay, guys. You guys will get the gist of it. Okay, so this is why I do think it's very important to go over the resource material. And I also think it's very important that the people we elect have a huge seat at that table. So this is called Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. And again, I apologize. Earl can be sort of profane sometimes, actually mellow, a lot of since his high school days, believe it or not. Back in middle school, he would have asked this in a much more violent and horrible way. Yeah, Earl, I'm going to eat her pussy. Yeah. Do you even know how to eat pussy? Oh, not really. Papa Gaines never sat you down. Son, one day you're going to have to eat pussy. No, but he did teach me how to eat a butthole. And it just continues to go. And as you can see, I read the whole book, but I have, the papers in there. Now, the other book.
What was the name of that one, Chrissy?
This is called Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, and you can find this in the catalog. And this is 10-year-olds, okay? The other thing is with this, it's about a girl that has cancer, and she ends up sleeping with him. That's what it's all about. Okay, this is called It Is Perfectly Normal. This was just revised to put the LGBTQ in it. Basically, do it real fast. There is talking about LGBTQ. It shows men having sex, butt sex. It shows women having sex. It also talks about if you don't support the LGBTQ, suicide. It also talks about if you get pregnant, you can use the Plan B. It doesn't say anything about if you use Plan B as, a way to have an abortion that you could, later on not have kids. There's a lot of things that it's definitely indoctrinating children on one side of the thing. So that is another thing. This is in our libraries. This is actually in the middle schools. All Boys Aren't Blue. Another one that's in our libraries. Let me just get to the part. There's so many books in here. He reached his hand down and pulled out my dick. He quickly went and started giving me head. I sat back and enjoyed it as you could tell, he was too. He was also definitely experiencing what I was doing because he went to work quite quickly. He then came up and asked me if I wanted to go down on him, and I said sure. I began, and he said, "Watch your teeth. I don't want you to let me know what I was experiencing." So I slowly slowed down, took my time, and quickly got into the rhythm of things, and it keeps going on like that. This book right here, they turned it into a movie. This is about a dog that watches his owners have sex and stuff like that. So this is kind of teetering on the lines of bestiality. Another one, this book, we have been told by many kids in the class, this is not in the card catalog, but this is in teachers' libraries. And this was the Perfectly Normal a couple years ago that doesn't have the LGBTQ stuff in it. The Black Flamingo, another book, the same, basically the same. And The Girl from the Sea, the same thing. Okay. A lot of this stuff is very disturbing. Just for me to read, the images I'm getting in my head, we talk about all the time about the kids' anxieties.
I'm sorry, your time's up.
Okay, just real quick, we talk about the kids' anxieties and their fears and stuff. Trash in, trash out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Evening. I wanted to comment about Policy 109. I just want to make sure that you're giving adequate time for our solicitor to review and evaluate that before we send it to the full board. I want to make sure that we are avoiding overreach or censorship that could expose the district to more lawsuits. We also want to make sure that we're following our established processes beyond good governance and transparency, which I know you all care about. We want to make sure that the district stays in compliance with the rights of students, teachers, and families. As a parent and community member, I'm concerned that we're trying to protect kids from tough topics. And in that process, we might forget to trust the people that we hired, the teachers and librarians, to do their jobs well. This policy needs to stay student-centered, not driven by adult discomfort. Our learners deserve the freedom to read, explore new ideas, and develop as critical thinkers. Let's make sure that we're encouraging intellectual freedom, not limiting it.